G'day friends, and welcome to another Anything Goes Saturday, where Robbie and I share something or share a project using stuff we have in our stash. So today I'm going to be playing with a couple more pages from the Uniquely Creative December album. So this album is all about documenting the 25 days of Christmas, and I'm going to be doing two more pages, but this time round with envelopes. Okay, so first up, what we're going to do is create our envelopes. Well, they're already done, but we're going to stick them together. So I'm just going to get rid of some of this stuff. I don't want to lose it. I'll just put all that to the side. So what we want to do is stick these two envelopes back to back. Now our pages are going to be going to the left, our spine. So we want the envelopes to open to the right, okay? So if I flip this over, that's got to go around this way as well. Okie dokie, does that make sense? Now I've already done some faux stitching around the envelopes, just with a black marker, even a black pen. You can use any colour you like, okay? So, before we do that as well, I want to create the spine to be able to put our envelopes into our album, okay? So what we're going to do, ignore all that, I ended up with ink over it, is I'm just trying to think of an easy way and a tidy way of doing it. So what we might do is actually stick the spine in between the two envelopes. So let me get some tape. Okay, let's do this first. So we want our envelopes to open that way, so we've got to put tape down this side, and we're going to do them back to back with the flaps side up, or facing up I should say. So we've got tape that side, we want it to open that way to the right, so we want tape this side. Now I'll have a link in the description below for the first couple of pages we did last week, okay? So now we want to be able to stick that there like that, and then the opposite side, okie dokie. So what we're going to do, you'll see what I mean in a minute, it may seem a little bit confusing. We're going to put a little bit of glue along here. I'll flip this over. And we're just going to put it down the side, making sure that it's nice and straight, like this. Now there is a spine die thingy that Uniquely Creative sell that does this, but I don't have it, and when I'm doing 6x8 albums, this is how I do my spines, okay? And it gives it more support. Then what we're going to do, I wasn't going to stick this down, but let's stick this down as well. And this is how I create my interactive pages as well for the 6x8 albums. Okay, so that's done. Then what we're going to do is this page. So this one will go on the top like that. And they'll also be stuck together. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to put tape just down the side where it's adhered to the spine. But with the glue, we're actually going to put it all over because you want these two envelopes to stick together. Now when I do this, to make them straight, I'm actually going to line everything up with the envelope. Okay, that opens that way and that opens that way. That should be right. And I'll just grab our bone folder and we're just going to smooth that over. And that should be okay now. So what we're going to do now is grab my handheld punch. We're going to grab a page from the album and I then put this over the spine, just like that, because what we're trying to do is we're going to punch these holes in the side, okay? But I want them so that they're nice and even from end to end. Okie dokie. So then we grab a pen or a pencil. Pencil's probably better. Because you can rub your lines out. Grab our handheld punch. I think this is 1/4 inch, this handheld punch. And we're going to punch over the top of each one. And that then creates, we'll finish our spine off anyhow. Okie dokie. Then, if you grab your album, this is our album, open this up, you can then put that in there like that perfectly. Turn it over and our flaps open out the way we wanted them. Okay? Easy peasy, eh? And that's how I do my spines. It gives it a lot more support, and you could also add the little reinforcements over the top too if you wanted to, but I find doing it this way is strong enough. Okay, so now we're gonna decorate our envelopes. So what you can actually do is then open it and then stick your photos in here if you wanted to, or any memorabilia of the day. So we're going to grab our bits and pieces again and bring all this back in, and we're going to do our envelope. So first up, what we're going to do is grab this tag. Now in the pack of paper you get a sheet or a couple of sheets of tags that you can cut out. I did show everything on the first video, so I won't do it here. All we're going to do is stick this to a piece of basic white cardstock or any colour that you like. just like that. And all we're going to do now is trim these back so that there's a nice little border around our tag. Just like that. And then we are actually going to stick this to there like that. Now, because we want to open this up, don't stick this part down, okay? We're just going to put glue on the top part. Because we want to use it as a tuck spot, I suppose you could call it. Oh no. There you go. Look at that. And that can lift up and down. Okay, so that's done. Then what we're going to do is grab one of these shapes, and we're going to put this about here, I think. Okay, but we're going to pop this up, eh? Put it about there, pop that up, and then this bit, this comes from our die cuts. Or the Essentials ephemera pack. You've got a whole heap of shapes in here. You've got all your labels. You've got some wordings and different shapes, and this is what we're using here, best of times. Okay, so we're just going to put that about here, and again I'm going to pop it up, but we're not going to stick it all the way down. Okay, just like that. So we'll just put some pop-ups, dimensionals on this side and about here. We can always fix it up later on if that's not what we want. Actually, now that we've done that, what we could do, so I'm going to put one under here. It'll give it a bit more stability, I think, because it will still open, okay? Because this is our tuck spot, and I'll just put one right here as well. There you go. And then what we're going to do, we've got a little bow, and we're just going to stick this right there, eh? So we need a couple of smaller, this is where I need my minis, but I'll just grab it. So we'll put one here, just on the little tails for support. And we'll put a little bit of glue along the top, eh? Just like that. And we'll put that right there. Okie dokie. Then I've got, sorry, I've got itchy back. Okay, then what we've got is a little sentiment. Now this comes from the strips. Along the bottom of each page is the branding, but on the opposite side there's always a little strip of sentiments. So that's where this comes from. Okay, then what we're going to do is put this little piece, I was going to pop it up on something actually, but I think we'll leave it just like that. I think it'll just stay like that. And I've got a flower here, so we'll pop that up. We'll put that, actually I wouldn't mind some paper. Okay, just bear with me. We can see a scrap in here, eh? What's this? And use this. We'll put in our little trimmer. We'll just chop that off a little bit. We can put that on there. I think it'll just give it a little bit more interest. Now, if you wanted to, excuse me, you could ink around the edges, but I'm just going to keep it like that. And I might bring it over like that. And then what I can do is round the edges. Actually, let's do that now because I want to bring it back a little bit. I don't want it sticking right on the edge. I'm just going to round this edge just in the shape of the envelope flap, eh? May not be perfect, and it's not perfect. I've really mucked that up, haven't I? I could have easily grabbed a pencil and drawn around it. Would have been so much more easier, but no, I make things hard for myself. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. You know what? That's going to bug me if I don't do that properly. Let's do it properly, eh? Otherwise it's just going to bug me. Okay. Oops. Okay. That's better. Much happier with that. Okie dokie. Let's get the show on the road, eh? Goes like that. Then that can fit in there like that. Okie dokie. And it's in the shape of the envelope. And what we'll do is we're just going to cut this back a little bit. About there probably. Put a little bit of glue on the back. get this down. We can bring it under that sentiment there. Making sure it's nice and straight still. Grab our Christmas movies. You could put anything there if you wanted to. I've just gone with that. We're gonna grab some dimensionals. Pop that up about there. We're going to put this about there. And we'll pop that up too, eh? Let's pop that up as well. Where's our dimensionals? Now I'll have the link to Robbie's project in the description as well, so be sure to pop on there to see what she has created as well. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that there like that. Then I've got a leaf, and we'll put, actually, you know what, let's chop this back a bit. And let's chop it into two, eh? I love doing this. And we can put one down here. We can put one there. Little bit of glue on the back, put that under there like that, stick that down, and what we can do, we may not need this actually. No, I'm going to leave it off. And that is our first page. Oh, hold on. We haven't put our number on. So what number are we going to do here? 17. Now, I'm not doing these in any order. We're just going to do these as is. So we're going to put this over this little shape here, hey? Just there like that. These are gorgeous puffy stickers. Actually, they're dimensional stickers, but they're puffy. They're great actually, and they've got foam on the back, and they're really, really sticky. It just gives it a lot of dimensional. So that's that one done. Then we're going to flick it over, and we're going to do this one now, and it is another envelope. Okay. So once again, we're going to, I cut another tag, and we're going to stick it to another piece of basic white, or any colour you want. You could create your own tag just from DSP, even stamp your own tag if you wanted to. Just like that. And again, we're going to shape it. So we're just going to chop a little bit off that side. Little bit off that side. Making sure it's nice and straight, of course. And then along the top. I'm just going to fix this up a little bit. Okay. Okie dokie. So then, this one, it's just going to go about there, and we are going to put some 3 thread, linen thread on here. So I'm just going to find the linen thread. I've got stuff everywhere here. Where's my linen thread? Grab our scissors while we're here and grab our, I think this is a 1/8 or 1/16 hole punch. And we're going to punch a hole in the top of it here. I'm just guessing. About there will do. And we'll put some linen thread through here. Well, twine actually. I've got the natural twine. You could put a ribbon through here if you wanted to. Now it's not going to go through. I keep this for exactly this sort of thing. I've had this, oops. I've had this for donkey's years, this tool. I think I actually pulled it from my sewing. Okay. We could have doubled this over too, but we'll just leave it as single. So I'm going to tie a knot just to secure it a little bit more. And then we're going to tie I'm all thumbs today, eh? Just a nice little bow. You can make it bigger if you wanted to, but I probably wouldn't make it any smaller. Okay, so that's done. Now what we can do is stick this to this about there, eh? Now you don't want to stick it down along the top or down along this bottom. So we're only going to apply glue. Now I'm only guessing this. There's no really measurements. Okie dokie, about there. And hopefully, oh look at that. How lucky was that? Okay, just like that. Then what we're going to do is grab a piece of paper again. I might use that same paper that we just used, I think. I think that might go. Cut it about 1 inch, I think. And we'll create our scissors. What we're going to create is just another little tag shape, eh? Oops. I'm not very good at doing these shapes, am I? I'm just going to, if I don't do it properly, I don't know what anyone else is like, but if I don't tend to do things properly, it annoys me. Okay. So I just made 2 full pencil marks where I wanted to cut and where along the top and along the bottom, or the side I should say. And there you go. And that's just about sort of right. This one comes down a little bit more, so we'll just fix that up. Okay, that's done. And this is going to go across here, okay? Just across there like that. So we don't need a whole lot. We'll put that aside and we can put that about here, eh? Bring it up about there. And we'll stick this down on here. Just like that. Making sure it's nice and straight, okay? Just like that. And the envelope can still open. We can still put all our little goodies and photos and memorabilia or whatever you want in there. Okie dokie. Then we're going to build our tag. So I've got another flower that I've fussy cut from the paper pack, and we're just going to pop this up. Okay, so that's just going to go there like that. Then what do I do with that leaf? There it is. Let's put this leaf here, eh? Just like that. So we'll stick this down. Why waste it? Let's use it. So that's stuck down. Just like that. Now I've got a little present. We're going to tuck this under here like that. And we might even, let's pop this up too, eh? So we'll stick this under here just like that. All we're doing is just adding bits of elements onto our tag. I've got a flower here, and I'm thinking we can pop this up over here and take it off to the side a bit, eh? So we just need one. Now the flower has been fussy cut as well from the same, or from another sheet of paper, and I'll just cut up a whole sheet. So that's that. And I put some glue along the bottom to stick that down over that flower, eh? And then what we're going to do is bring in our puffy sheets again. So that was 17, this is a bit 18. And we can put this, let's put that right there, eh? We'll be able to open it. Actually, I might bring that up because that may just interfere a little bit when we're opening it. Now, what do I do with my mini dimensionals? Here they are. So what we're going to do, we just want a little bit of support underneath here, because remember we popped this present up, and we want a little bit of support because the top part of the number is going along the top here of the present, and that's a little bit better because there's nothing sticking out on this side. We don't want to be able to, well, we want to be able to open this flap still. Okay, so that's done. And I think we might just grab another puffy sticker, and this is the candy cane, and we'll just poke this. Have I got one here? No. We'll just poke that there. And that is our second page for the day. So what I'm actually going to do, before we stick it in our album, I'm going to even these up. So that it's all nice and even. You could have had them, you could have had this shorter if you wanted to, or you could have left it longer and just evened up the sides. Actually, shorter would probably give a bit of an interest to it. And we're going to grab our album. So this is our cover. And ignore all that. I'm sort of just doing it in bits and pieces, okay? It's no order at the moment. So that's one of the pages that I pre-did. And that page, I've still got to finish this off because I don't really know whether I like the navy underneath. I might just leave it straight paper. So that's day 5. Opens up like that. And I did the spine exactly the same way as we just did the envelopes. That's day 6, 7, and that's all I've done. So we're going to pop this in up here. Well, I think we are. What have I done? There you go. 17, 18, yep, there you go. So that's 17. And then 18. So I hope you've enjoyed that. And as I mentioned, I will have the link to number 1, or well, to the first video in the description below. Also, the link to Robbie's project too. So be sure to go and check out to see what she's done as well. Okay, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. Enjoy your week. See ya. Hooray.